I live. Okay, that was quite the afternoon, but we are all good. Because I thought this was funny, and it may be just stuck in my posts hell. Call me Kaname Chidori, because good lord, did I really just like start giving up? And then a voice in my head said, "Change the RAM," and then I did, and it worked, and we're back. Okay. I'm still only going to go till 8 for like my own scheduling reasons, but I figure I still have an hour and a half left. We may as well make use of it. So yeah, like 8-ish. At the very least, that means we can finish the scenario that we started, right? Oh. This does remind me, though, I need to like have a more long-term answer for computer stuff. I assume this is mostly just going to end up being a VOD for people if they want to watch it, but that is a-okay with me. Hayato, kick our dead bodies out of their robots. Bicha, you're out of here. Kai, get Hayato out of here, and Kai, go back in your big row. Okay. Then we also need to put parts on the white base. Unfortunately, this was going to be a little bit easier because we already sort of know what's coming, but that's fine. I'm going to like aggressively save now, probably. I'm going to be so paranoid of it crashing. I still can't tell you why the crash, like, why I got the thing that I got, right? Like, I could still like operate things, right? I still had function. It was just that all of the tabs that were open, I still had function in those tabs if I didn't minimize them. But as soon as I minimized them, I could not maximize them again. So weird. Well, here we are. Monday is really cursed. Monday is super cursed. So my recommendation, like, I feel like if you've got like garbage stuff to do on Monday, like do it because it's gonna be a bad day anyway. Like do that right before stream or right after stream, and we'll all just suffer together. Or if you have something important to do, come on Monday, send it to me. It's already gonna be a bad day anyway. I'll gladly take the burden for you. And like just get all the bad mojo out then, and you'll be good. I'm like the reverse of a dream catcher. It's funny to me how consistent it happens though. Oh boy. Okay. So we have a better plan going in this time. I definitely think we're saving the other Mazinger, the Oscar's Mazinger for last this time though. Because we didn't waste the turn, right? We still did damage to it, right? But we definitely made the turns so much less safe by dealing with it last. We don't need you. We want you. We want you. That's like roughly correct, right? Yeah. I did complain about not having enough damaging units. So like we could bring the ground gym. I think this is probably, I think it's still probably okay. The trouble was not that I didn't have enough damaging units. The trouble was that I had, or it wasn't that I had too many support units. It was that I just don't have enough slots for all of the units that I want to take with, because we have to allocate slots for these three and the Raijin and Raijino and the Bakuryuo that are showing up later. That's the real issue. Okay, can we reach you with a heal? Neither of you. Oh no, David does have Excel. It's a real shame that David is the one that has Excel and not Simone, seeing as Simone is like the one we want to be leveling. One of those will surely get there. Okay, great. We also definitely want to get the Bat Shoe like way deeper into the enemy territory, like farther up on the base, so that we can actually like pull its support attacks more easily. But yeah, I see. If we, heaven forbid, need to do this a third time, we probably should like load some more people into the battleship first. Howdy, Imaginary. Good to see you. It's very nice having a friendly face in these trying times. You have spare RAMs in this economy? I mean, it's fair. I knew I needed to get a new PC when I was going to be streaming anyway. So whenever I saw a particularly economic part go on sale, I was just picking up a piece here and there. So like I had them like quote unquote lying around. They were like technically allocated to another project. So it was very fortunate those were the pieces that had gone on sale whatever time it was. But like I don't have multiple. Like if this problem occurs again, then if there's something wrong with my RAM, then I am just out of luck, you know. At least it's not like, oh yeah, I just have like a spare 5070 lying around or something, right? My graphics card was very up to date when I first got it, and now it feels decrepit. Is RAM expensive now? Because I bought this on sale for a project. I feel like I probably bought this RAM like a year ago. I kind of remember graphics card prices dropping somewhat recently because like a lot of the crypto miners just couldn't use them the same way or something like that. That they were either like crypto proof, or maybe it was just that cryptocurrency is like not as financially viable as it used to be. There's a charity stream that I used to watch that they whenever they would get donations, they would rotate the money show like what type of currency was being shown for the amount that they'd collected, and it was always fun around it was usually around Thanksgiving, US Thanksgiving. There was some delight like whenever they would cycle through to Bitcoin, and you could watch its value plummet in real time. It was very funny. Yeah, I think there's not much better we can do on the first turn. Like I said, like we have to do this again. We should be putting people into the white base ahead of on launch, because it's not going to do anything relevant here, and then we'll have them like actually forward more for future. Because of AI, RAM prices have doubled over the past 2 months. Oh, that's heinous. Oh my word, that's so frustrating. Why is AI causing that? You just like need a lot of RAM to be able to like run ChatGPT or something? Or is this more like we let the AI like price things for us so that they just like overprice everything? There's something grisly about that, right? If we're letting a machine make the price for parts of the machine, like it's like literally putting financial worth on its own self. That's like if I mean, I guess we do that though, right? Like that's like selling feet pics or like getting rich people to buy your blood. Okay, yeah, right. We saved the sniper for last time too, and I think that's still probably the right play. You have 6 movement. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I actually don't think we could get where the big row is. What is your post movement range? It's just 3. 1, 2, 3. So if we could get where the big row was, that would be enough to be able to hit like him. So I guess let's keep that around then, in case that is a valid target in the future. Yeah, that seems fine. We do need Eno out of here, so let's bring Eno down here to heal. The lower side is coming in slower, so like we are a little bit safer from the bottom. Because then we could pull an attack with this ground Gundam. I think we're better off. Yeah, I think we're better off this way. Here's a flash. Also, this should be on the ground anyway. We got to move it to the sky if it needs the attack, I think. But right, but like this is what we want to do because we're also getting the better attack onto the Garada with the support. Yeah, that's better that way. I guess we can pull, like, we can definitely pull an attack from Lala, too. Though... we might need to use the Gunpa to hit, like, a real... Like, yeah, hit, like, this target. I think that's fine. We also want the Gunpa to take damage. Because of all the things we can heal, it's one of the highest level ones. So, like, that's actually more resource efficient. This is probably fine. This is Eno, right? Or sorry, this is not Eno. I was thinking it was Monda, but that's also not correct. This is Kai. But that's we can flash. Then you know what? Hold on. We're gonna attack here because we can pull like an actually good attack from the battleship. Yeah. And I think if we're not prioritizing the Asura Mazinger, we kind of want to get these, the Damu Damus out. Yeah, that seems fine. Okay. Can you... Yeah, you can't get there. That's a shame. We will still go here, though, for next turn. Like, this was still a good pairing. Like, that will still be a good pairing in the future, you know? That does not have full terrain coverage, so... How does that... Oh, that's 25. That's a forest. That's some woods. And this is some... Oh, this is just ground. Okay. I forgot how generous they are about terrain in this game. Like, they give you so much just for standing on the ground. You know what? This is fine. We want Atlas to be more forward anyway, and like, right? It barely takes hits. It barely takes damage. I don't think Karen is strong enough in the Dom to clean this up. This is 2,500. She's at 105. That's 311. So 155. So 1.55 of 2,500 is 1.55 is 3,875. And we need this way. Yeah. This is 135 plus 102 divided by 200 times 1320 is 1,564 minus, what was the other number we just said? That is 3,875. 3,875. This should do roughly 2,300 points of damage, which is not enough to kill. Yeah, so instead I think we got to leave Karen one of these two instead. Let's leave her the one that actually has full damage. Or full accuracy, sorry. And then we can leave this one to the sniper, I guess. Is that redundant, though? Like, we moved the... Never mind, that's redundant. We've moved the Atlas up there. We're, like, trying to account for it two different ways. I don't like this. I think it's a waste of the attack, getting the support defense. So let's chip the Garada. And now both that Garada and the Douglas will hopefully go for the Atlas, and they can both clean those up. I guess let's leave this to the white base then. Amu can. Okay, we can have Lala break this support defense. Oh, but she probably needs to be out of there to be. Yeah, we'll still have her do this. Yeah, we'll still have her attack here, and then I just want her out of that circle because I want her to get healed. Oh, Imaginary, I have a question that's uniquely for you. You said that you speak Japanese, yeah. If I am in fact remembering that correctly, I have found when I've been trying to translate some of these games, that things are regularly also just spelled wrong in Japanese. Have you found that also? The number of times, like, it's usually not something really egregious, like they've put the wrong character in. Well, it's not like they've replaced a na with an o or something. It's a lot more like they've missed one of the diacritics. Like, regularly I see 10-10s missing. I think the most common one is instead of getting a bazooka, I get a hazuka. I don't know if you've experienced that also. That was sort of the moment when I was like, oh, maybe I do kind of know what I'm doing with this language if I'm able to, like, correct, like, quote unquote, correct a piece of media. Is this Garuda hurt? It is. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we've got a 5 range post movement attack. We do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, unfortunately, this ball of death setup did not leave us a lot of room for these attacks. I'm just like guessing now. Hold on, we can count this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess we could go here. Here, we're gonna flash and focus just to be a little paranoid. There's like probably no reason to risk this. This is probably more risky than is necessary. Actually, so to that point, like being on this terrain is like technically better for like HP regen purposes. We'll just like I just gotta like try to remember to block with it whenever we're doing this. But we do have, I've got like 2 defensives up, so that should be okay. And the 3 units that were not used were the massacre units. Great. No, we want the white base to take all of this damage. We need the supports from everybody else around it for other purposes. Unfortunate that the Garuda did not get tempted by the Atlas sitting there, but that's okay. That should be fine. Like, it's gonna need healing soon, but I'm pretty sure Kenta, I can never remember their names. I think it's Kenta. Has a full heal on him. Yeah, that's what we wanted to do. That's why we didn't want to take that with the sniper. That would have been a waste. Do we pass it up? This game does this too. We're like, I want to see which side these big rows are on. Like, I don't remember which one is which. I'm gonna still assume the same way we did before, where Kai is on top and Mondo's on the bottom. Actually, no, that's true. I'm pretty sure I remember Kai being up here, where I am more apt to use Kai. And like, I guess technically we do want to use this as a support defense, because like we can't actually heal the white base as it stands, where we now have someone we can heal, and like we don't have healing targets quite yet, so it's like giving us some XP. But I want to save Mondo's. Like, the gunpla doesn't need help. I want to save Mondo's for the G fighter and the gym sniper. Like, those are 2 pretty critical targets. But I don't. We're gonna hold the last one because I don't relish the idea of also putting Kai into lethal range by accident. I don't want to lose a 3rd big row. Same as the first. Cool. That's very, very easily clean upable next turn. Yeah, I think this overall is just like so much safer. This one's fine now because the Garda barely does anything comparatively. Yeah, this feels so much safer than the positioning we had last time. Again, I'm still going to try and leave these 6 until we see the until the Raijano appears, because they'll have some easy kills to clean up there, or those 12 or whatever. Okay. Yeah, he does have a full heal. I don't see any reason to use it yet, though. Like, we're not quite yet at lethal range. We also have some, like, extra defensive terrain here. I guess we could... Hold on. We could use a persist if necessary. If this hurts a lot, we could use a persist. Or, no, sorry. That's not true. We've got persist for next turn. It's a waste to use a persist. Because if that hurts a lot, we could just trust. Otherwise, it's better to just take the damage so we can full heal it next turn. That's, like, a better use of our SP. Okay. Baron Alsera, like I said, is not going to be our target. We kind of want to clean literally everything else up. Like, this is a pretty easy kill for Karen. Okay, or not. That's fine. Really, so much of her success was because of the robot she was in, not necessarily because of her own stats, it seems. We're going to leave this one for the Atlas. Like, that's fine. We have someone to heal. Like, this still is not the end of the world. We want to be pulling the Gunpa. We want to be pulling the Gunpa's attacks and Amu's attacks, if at all possible. So let's figure out the best way to do that. Let's go, like, here. Yeah, I think this is fine. Right, this breaks this support defense, and then the better attack is also going on to the weaker the target that started weaker. Yeah, like, perfect. Lowell was in the last stream for less than a minute before the crash. Well, I'm glad you were able to find this one, Yankee. Welcome back. How are you doing? Do you get to be done? I hope you get to be done with school soon. We're winding down the end of the year. I feel like you probably get a break in somewhat short order. I guess we may as well have like this. We may as well have these two like set in on the tankier enemies. None of these are capturable, or well, sorry, they are capturable, but none of them I care about capturing. So we don't need to save Sanders' snipes. I'm done, just waiting for grades. Oh, sick. Well, best of luck. The tension is palpable, I know. I hope it paid off for you. Yeah, I can, like, I was not in college that long ago, but I was in college long enough ago that I do not remember, like, when everything ends, you know? I also had, like, really, really weird, like, semester year checks, I think. I recall being off both, like, I recall never being off around with my friends where that there was, like, things were delayed, so I'm, like, probably the worst point of reference anyway. Yeah, this works fine, and we can pull Amu's again, and that one's also dead. Yeah, this feels way safer. We didn't get to see the consequences of it because of the crash, but the Jakku Raigenos are rather scary. So I kind of would prefer to handle those sort of like on their own, you know. This feels like a good way to deal with this Garda. Right, we seldom get to use the support attacks. Oh, never mind, it's pulling from the big. I was gonna say we seldom get to use the support attacks of the healers, but that's fine. This gets pulled from the Gunpa. Yeah. Yeah, and then like, the Gunpa is then the next priority for pulling attacks, because it is just like, that's so potent. That said, I don't think we're gonna get to pull all of them. Yeah, we could there. Okay. We're gonna have Lala dodge again. Not that one. Yeah, this, and then the gunpla cleans that up. And then it's gonna kill one more thing, and then also vacate the space to get Kai healed. I think that's probably our best bet. Yeah, like either of these are dead when we want them to be. But like, there is probably what we want before that can like take that space. This also covers the like front of the base, so then we're healed. Like we're stopping that from. We're stopping enemies from being able to claim that there too. That was stressful. Goals are weird at the moment though, so I'm in the same state as Brown. Okay. That is a helpful reference point. Please don't feel like you need to like dox yourself too. I don't. If you're comfortable talking about it, that's totally fine. I just don't feel obligated to answer this stuff because I'm like trying to be invested in my chatters like non-stream lives. Bring David over. These were juicy targets, so let's go over here. With a focus on heal Karen, and then we can bring the fighter in to heal the white base. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this feels way cleaner. As it always does whenever you do like a map for not the first time. We're gonna send that over to the gunpla. It's pretty tanky. Yeah, that's fine. I don't have any fear of the Asura Mazinger. Surely it is going for the white base. Yeah, and even because of the state we are in with the Atlas, we are just sort of fine to have taken all that damage because now we can walk it back over and get a lot of like free XP on healing. I mean, if you're gonna make me, we won't save them if we have the attacks on them. We won't go out of our way for them. And honestly, having them weakened is probably better because the none of the Raijino boys are upgraded. So I need to like not play them like I'm used to at the end of this game, where like I always invest in them heavily because I love them so much. Exactly as I expected. Yeah, perfectly fine. There we are. You don't get used. Are you close enough? No, you have a 3-range attack. Yeah. You could, though, if we wanted to. It's not very good combat, but it is combat we can do. I think we're gonna try and like, yeah, we're gonna pull up here. 1, 2, 3, and clean up one of these exhausts. Okay. We need to chip this with something so we can use, like, that's kind of what Karen's job feels like it is now. Yeah, that's fine. If she gets hit, we can heal. Yeah, totally okay. Buy it. 1, 2, 3. But getting these 3 EXP as early as like, they're going to probably be high priority targets for getting kills just because they are small to start. So like, they're gonna, like, it is less likely they are going to get kills without us like force feeding them to begin with, you know? Describing the process of like getting your characters stuff in these games always just sounds so visceral and gross. Oh, we don't need a persist, we just need a valor. I never really use the Leisner side characters. I just don't find them interesting enough, personally or mech-wise. Oh, that's fair. That is like, that's like kind of part of the reason for this challenge, right? Yeah, I benched my first, yeah, both my first 2 playthroughs, or my first 2 playthroughs, also both of my playthroughs for this game, they got benched pretty much Simone does get, I don't remember which one it is, but I'm pretty, I was looking through Akarasu, she does get the ability to give someone an extra turn. So that seems pretty good, especially in these modes. But yeah, like David also feels really underwhelming. But like to your point though, I think the Lasner is probably my it depends on what you are prioritizing, but somewhere between some combination of the Lasner, the Majin Kaiser, and the Don Cougar are like probably the best units in the game. So it's like also just like really hard. This is like, I don't know if you're doing this, and I'm not faulting you if you do. I'm not faulting anyone if they do. But if we want to try and think about these games more critically, one of the worst things you can do is compare units to other units in the series, even when they even when they can't share mechs, like pilot wise. Because that's just like not a reasonable comparison, and I think it happens a lot. It is the same thing as comparing units on like a class by class basis, like as one might do in Fire Emblem. Because if you do that, good lord, do they look just like nothings of units in comparison to AG and the Lasner, especially when you get the Lasner upgraded. The extra free damage that it has on top of everything else it can do. It's so mobile, and it also just gets a free damage buff like Majin Power or the Don Cougars, whatever it's called. Yeah, it just feels laughably impossible to compete with it. We want you to heal the highest level. It's a shame because Lasner is a good show for one that had production cut short. That's good to know. We may it's one I haven't watched. Maybe that will be early on our list of book clubbing shows. I really love the opening from it. I've listened to that opening a lot. I find also, sometimes intentionally, but sometimes just unintentionally, that when I'm because I'm playing GC right now, I just tend to listen to more of the music from the openings of the shows that are involved in whatever I am playing. Right? I maybe consciously, maybe subconsciously, but I have put the Gao opening on so many times now since getting Gao in W. And I the same feels true here. Where I guess I haven't done that yet with the Lasner, but I do really like the Lasner opening, and I know I listened to it a ton when I was working on GC before. It's by the same guys who do Votoms. Oh, cool. Okay. Another show I have not watched. But not for lack of interest, right? It is another show that I know to be rather well received. I'm pretty sure. At least I've heard positive. At least I've heard people speak positively about it. That's good. I guess we are going to. I'm really scared of the Majin Kaiser. I don't relish the idea of needing to fight it and everything else at the same time. But I think we are just prolonging our turns at this point. Though, actually, we're going to prolong the turn. We're going to prolong the game state even more. So given the fact that you said you did not use the Lasner side characters, who were you using then? I mean, just in general, but also as your support bots. Because I do think one of the hardest parts of this game is like committing yourself to specifically different supports. It's very easy to stay with the same supports you get early on because they just look so much better because they've been leveled. But so many of the later ones have like just such better spirits. Widows is a good show, but it's weirdly difficult to binge. Maybe the episodes are just dense. That's fair. Yeah, like there are definitely shows that are like, I don't want to say exhausting, right? That feels a little dramatic. But like, you know, you do feel like you kind of need a nap after watching a show or two. But that doesn't necessarily mean you dislike it, right? I'm using the hover truck a lot. That's fair. That's fair. It is like, it's pretty good. It definitely benefits from having 2 pilots. And being a like repairer resupplier. Yeah, that's totally fair. And like, because I'm playing in this like weird way where I kind of need to have my my support bots also be like kind of proficient combat units, it just like got de-emphasized a lot for our playthrough because it just like can't perform in combat basically ever. Where at least like the dolls can like actually dodge something and counter for like 1,000 damage or something, you know? But yeah, no, I do usually like the hover track. Like, I mean, just watch anything I've said about R, and I'm always nuts over any of the units that can like repair and resupply. Like they are, it's definitely a good choice. If a mech has both resupply, repair, I tend to prioritize that. Yeah, exactly. I definitely, hold on, we'll check. Because I think the Lasner ones have that too, don't they? Don't they have resupply? Part of my brain wants to think that they do. Yeah, they do. Okay. Yeah, it's like definitely one of the reasons why I like them a lot more too. But because of data gathering, I did just like end up using literally everybody at a point. So that did like make it much easier to see, you know, that some of these units have something to them. We did like 2,900-ish. Yeah, I think we're gonna do the same thing we did last time, which was just like chip it with the gunpowder. Yeah, and then we have some heals after this. Yeah, and then Amu cleans this up for. Oh, we could probably give her some XP too. Yeah. Okay, I think that worked out a little bit better. Oh wow, that's a lot more than we did last time. I guess we just didn't hit it as many times, so it didn't have enough time to like gain morale. Given the fact that we slowed there for a second, I'm gonna save again, just to be sure. This scenario is fun, but I don't think it's fun 3 times in a row. Okay. Can we skip this, seeing as we've already seen it? Oh, we can, thank goodness. Okay. Sometimes they don't let you skip the cutscene attacks. I kind of remember not needing to finish fighting the Majin Kaiser. Because there's a sub scenario after this where you do something to get it, and like that, I think you got to fight it then. Where like here we have, I think it's going to leave once we clear the rest of the map. I think. I was going to compare it to bosses that I haven't actually, that you all haven't seen yet. They're in the upcoming alpha episode. Okay. Can David make it? I don't actually think he can. No, he probably can. He can if we move the... Nope, not there. Alright, so it should just be the Atlas, but I saw the repair come up. Which I guess is, like, not... That was, like, a stupid reaction, because, like, it obviously is going to come up if the Atlas is hurt. That was actually more healing than I was expecting. Right, the Great Massacre doesn't matter. Oh, let's heal that big row, then. Great. Great, great, great. Ooh. Can we get Karen around here for a kill? Nah, she's too slow. But that's, in fact, actually too risky because we have no healers left. There's no reason to... I don't want to lose a unit. Sure. Literally the worst attack you could make from that position. Yeah, I think we are going to, like, time the Raigenos out from where we're sitting. That, like, we'll be able to snipe them just so. I guess let's do this with the Batshu support. She does not quite have enough range to... Yeah, she only can get here. Okay. And even if she got her range ace... Yeah, even if she got her range ace, it's only adding one extra range. Okay. I think that's still fine, though. Like, we're gonna need to move forward anyway. Like, let's do this. Pull you up. I guess you only have one legal attack. Well, no, you only have one legal attack, so it's actually fine to move then, because someone else will handle this. And then we can have her in position for next turn, if we have a next turn. So many people can kill this Ikaruda. You don't have an XL. No, you don't have XL. Okay. Yeah, I don't think the Gunpa has enough range. Okay, all of these are full health. Yeah. Okay. These feel like they should have some terrain to them. Not any more than just ground. Our post movement is 5. Okay, so we're gonna need to... Someone's gonna need to start detached. I guess who better than, like, a pilot that has like dodge built into their kit already. I'll also be honest, I dropped using L-Game solely because it's not time for L-Game. It's fair. Yeah, I don't remember... I know I used it in this game, but I don't remember loving using it. I don't remember why, though. I don't remember what the reason was for that. But as far as my, like, main first playthrough, I do kind of also recall not having it be at the end game. But I was just so incredibly enamored with all of, like, the new robots, and I had, like, seen the L game before, so that's why I didn't bother with it. I know I used all 3 of the J7 pilots, or is it J7, J8, and J9? The Breiger, the Sasariger, and the Baxsinger. I know I used all 3 of those. Pretty heavily, too. What else? I did use the Majin... Oh, yeah. I mean, I used the Majin Kaiser and the Don Cougar. And Kazeno Reply is only on the Mark II. Yeah. I really like Kazeno Reply. I don't know what the reception of that song is, but I enjoy that song a lot. I don't think it's as good. I don't think it's as good as the first, but I think it's still like pretty decent. But I also am like an anime opening weirdo. I tend to really like the second openings, which I understand is like not the usual taste. Okay, so we need to blow up this Daku Raijino first. That way they lose the support. Like this exhaust loses the support if we hit this first. So let's do that. That's fine. That can get healed. Yeah, so I think we clean one of these. I think the Ekoruda gets cleaned up by one of the Raijino parts. Also, I don't know what this looks like. We should look at this quick. It's better than the default music. That's fair. Oh, it's like a finger spider. That's gross. Which is just the battle OST from the show. Yeah. I think that's true. I think that's true. This is admittedly for me the first time in a long time hearing the music. I typically play most of my games without sound on because I'm usually listening to something while I'm playing them. Especially these games where, like, because I can just listen to the music whenever I want, I typically go sound off. So like getting to stream them is also like such a good excuse to get to like listen to the full soundtrack. Because like some of the game's renditions of this music, they're obviously not better than the original, right? Because the original is still like voiced and it still has the like original true composition. But like many of the remixes, many of the like updated tracks are like genuinely so competent, genuinely so good. You have a flash, and you have a gain. Man, the gain on the regular Raijino, like just on the full body Raijino, is so good. It's gonna be so underwhelming here. Yeah, great. And now he's got his fortune, perfect. Or sorry, not fortune, his blessing. I guess we should do that now. Now that we're like kind of out of the danger zone. We have a lot of we have so many blessings we did not actually use. That's fine. It's not the end of the world. I guess we'll just do... I guess let's do this to then, because we still need to heal the other big bro, I'm pretty sure. Oh, no, we don't. No, it's the gunpowder that needs to get healed. Simone, I have a job for you. I think GZ's mix of Sasoriger has a 6 solo that makes it my favorite music in the game. That's okay. I will have to go out of my way to listen to that. You know, depending on when we wrap this up, maybe I'll just like go deploy the Sasoriger into a mission that's like not going to be canon for our playthrough, so we can go listen to it. See if it gets me demonetized. Man, I'm so angry. I talked about this last time, or some other time on stream too. But like, some of these songs are getting copyrighted. They're from like 2009 or 2006 or whatever, and like people from like 2022 are copywriting them as if they are songs they wrote in 2022. Like, fam, no, that's not how this works. Like, YouTube is so bad. This is like also the worst way of doing this. It's just the Great Mazinger in there. Okay. Then let's not risk David. We'll keep him here. And we'll do just this little baby heal. Great. For 1 XP. Cool. Sorry about that. Okay. You're going after the engine. That's fine. We can pass it over to the gunpla. I'm okay with that. I forgot to turn the attack animations off, though. Yep. Now, how much are you going to hurt me for? Oh, it's a control again. Awful. Okay. Yep. That's. Actually, this is fine. We can look at the Junkie Satan. Look at its evil teeth and its red eyes. How else can you tell that it's evil? The gem in the middle is also red instead of green. Cool. Okay. Yeah, that's gonna be the play. Definitely for sure, we're definitely gonna money up on all three of these. Yeah. I guess we're not gonna get to use those flashes multiple times. Probably not, if I remember things correctly. We want to prioritize Simone's because we also want her SP cost to drop. If you're looking at it going, it's already been dropped. No, that is the part we have on her. Okay. I guess at this point, we're not worried. We're not going to worry about XP. We're worried about like just getting hits for the purposes of like skill aces. Yeah. I guess let's just start using everything. I do have to head out for a bit. Might be back. Okay. I mean, I probably won't be around much longer either. I know it's going to end up feeling like a shorter stream. Because I crashed, but like I'm still gonna try and make 8 o'clock the end. But if you haven't left already, thank you for being here. I appreciate you being around. That definitely made the recovery a lot better. And I hope whatever you need to go do is tolerable and kind to you. We did fortune. I guess there's no reason not to also cheer. Like, we have them. We've got to have them on somebody. Yeah, we've not really used L's at all. See ya. Then we do the same here. I'm going to spend irresponsibly and assume that this exhaust is going to be the last. So let's just start burning people's SP. Okay, you're good. You're good. This is like grinding supports at the end of like a stage in Fire Emblem where you just like keep ending turn with everyone next to each other. Yo, your bullseye's only 15. That's pretty nice. And then here's a cheer for you. That's good. Focus. Concentrate. Sure, you can extra damage. Like, that's never, well, I guess it's never going to matter with how we've been playing them, but we could put them in somewhere that like actually matters. Ugh, we're just a range short. That's a shame. I was gonna say, like, we may as well get the chip if we can. But low, we cannot. I'm amazed that we do not have the SP badge on the gunpla. Yeah, there we go. I was like, it's got to be close. We use it so much. Oh, here we get to use the sneaky trick with Lala. I really love dedication. It like makes this also so good. I mean, you get to like really show it off here. But if we have anything that can increase SP consumption, you know what? Seeing as we're using Lala a lot, I'm gonna move the SP cost down off of Fa and put it on Lala, so we can even do the dedication spam even easier. But like the ace badge only cares about number of spirits cast, which I'm sure I've said a couple of times before. It bears repeating that we don't need to like churn through. Mondo's done already because of all the scans. But yeah, we don't need to churn through like big chunks of SP. We can just like do a lot of chip. Though I suppose dedication is also pretty expensive. But what you can do is you can like keep casting dedication on yourself to then like refill your own SP. It costs what hers costs 35 and it gives you back 10. So it's only costing her 25 each time, but it's like, yeah, it's making it easier for her to like recast the next ones. So we drop that to what is it? Going to be 32. It's a 10% off SP cost, right? We do have 2 of them. I also wonder if they stack. Like maybe we should just stack them on one person for better results. And just like put them both on Simone. Let's move you back up here. You go here. I'm pretty sure we put everything on the bird. Yes, we did. Should be fine. Yeah. Great. No, we do have to kill the Majin Kaiser. That's not the good. Maybe we only have to chip it. I kind of remember not having to kill it because I'm pretty sure you have to kill it in the next mission. Well, I guess let's all brace for impact. It's only got 30k HP. How bad can it be? I would not be surprised if we lose a unit here or two. Yeah, okay. Okay. Oh, I said this 2 up like they're going to get support attacks from each other, but they super aren't. This is what I get for trying to spam at the end. Okay, maybe we're fine. Maybe I'm like freaked out for no reason. We've already watched people die. And this thing is good at taking names. I guess this does give us the ability to spam a little bit more with people who are left. With all the people that like could like fully use all their SP. Like I even forgot to do it on Bright. We may as well do all of it now. Oh, there we go. Now we're cost down. Great. This actually probably works out well time-wise, right? It's what, like 7:40 my time right now. That's why it wasn't hurting yet. I see. Have this. It's like 7:40, so if this takes us another, what, like 5-10 minutes. That'll probably be good time-wise. Then we can listen to the Sasa Riger, and then we can like figure out how we can plan then what we got by the end of this. Okay. Perfect. And now we just need... Nope, wrong one. We've got fortunes on people. The Bakuryu can't use his... Oh, right. Yeah, he has one now. He has one now. Okay. What size are you? Probably me. Yeah, I was gonna say you're pretty small. I guess we can give this to Jin. Sure. That was not as bad as I was expecting. He doesn't need it, actually. I was freaked out for no reason. But if you've played with it, you know why I'm like. I think it is probably the bot that gets. Oh, that's a shame. We can't double XP. Okay. It is probably the bot that still gets the claim for being the easiest to get to like 10%, like 10 damage. It needs so little help getting to that point. And like it's the Majin Kaiser, so like it also its damage escalates really quickly. And there's like nothing much you can do about it. It almost, I guess, almost all of its attacks take energy to use. So like you could just try and burn it out of energy. But that just also means you have to be in combat with it. Like, it comes too late for it to be, like, that much of a challenge, right? Because we're already so far into the game. It would be weird to try and do. But I think that there's a pretty easy case to be... You could make a pretty easy case that the Majin Kaiser can, like, solo the game. Though I think the Don Cougar could probably also do that, too. I don't know if this game has hit correction in it or not, but like Dragon R1 also can get. I think Dragon R1 is perhaps the evasive version of what the Mazinger is the defensive version of. That even without burning focuses, it's so easy to get down to zero hit. I was like floored by that the first time I played this. That it was just like I could like build a unit that just like never took a hit. I think it's easier to do that in these games because you get both types of part slots, both for pilots and for units. So you could like really push hard. Which is admittedly one of the reasons why I really like the dolls over some of the other options, because like they have their pilots have 4 skill slots and their bots have 4 part slots, as opposed to some of the other supports that have like it might be 7 instead of 8, but like that still is one different, or it might be like they both get 3. You know, there's definitely something to be said about getting 4 part slots in both spaces. Okay, sick. That went better than I thought it was going to. That was the Bexinger, not the Betshu. Okay. We only need 11k. We're gonna finish this intermission, and then we can start doing the Raijino next intermission. We only need 11,840. We can surely make that in here somehow. Oh, we can sell units. I won't sell these two because that feels like getting something out of them. Maybe we'll sell. We might sell the old Dragonar parts, because like we're never going to use them once we get their upgrades, and like who's going to use them? Who's going to use them if not those boys? Like it's not like we need to save them for any reason, because if someone's going to need to use them, it's because the better versions that we're going to get in a minute died, and then like there's gonna be no enough to pilot them. I guess like really later on we get the like villain squad, but I'm still torn on whether or not theirs count as generics or not, because I just don't know enough about the series if they're like piloting custom versions of things that other people can get, or they're just like the elite kind of, like the elite guard style units. My phone is... Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I can address that later. Yeah, but let's look at our units quick. Yeah, I think this will carry to the end of stream perfectly fine. Sorry, it's a goofed up day, but it's a Monday. Like, what else is there to be expected? Right, so like, we're keeping this because this could replace the dolls if we want more combat units. We'll keep a gym around too. Like, we can probably scrap the drow at this point. We want to keep the gun stand too. Yeah, okay. So that's parts. Who is in? Oh, Kane's in one of the drow. So we're gonna put you in the lifter, just to make that available to be sold. Those can't. We just said that. Yeah, that can go. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Because, like, really at this point, the Dragonar are so far behind, it's, like, almost not even worth it. Maybe it's, like, it might not even be worth it to try and, like, pull them back in. We're 2,000 away. Okay. We could, no, they're all S parts. Like, these actually matter. We can sell 5 of these. Yeah, that's fine. We'll get those back in short order. And, like, we barely need them now, especially with how much recovery we have. Okay, thank goodness. So, 20% extra HP, doesn't matter. 30% energy is kind of tempting. It uses a lot of energy. We don't care about the armor. Mobility is the other option. Movement we don't care about. Having S, I don't think changes very much for us. So, I think I am pro plus... I think I'm just pro plus energy. Yeah, I think that's probably the choice. I did forget that we haven't upgraded this. Like, we still have damage to do here. Okay, maybe we're not quite on the right Geno yet. That's fine. I guess, yeah, here. For now, in the future, we will spend our money towards the Bat Shoes damage. And anything we have left over, we can start putting points into the Raijino wherever we can afford it. I think that'll work. Okay. We were going to do something. Oh, we're going to give Lala the... where are you? We're going to give you the SP down. And take that off of Fa. Okay. Well, actually, while we're here, we're also going to check to see if this changes the cost twice. So Lala has things at its her first two spells are 9. Oh, this is a regular stats one. Can we take this off Simone and can we drop that even lower? No, we cannot. Okay, so it is just strictly better to divide those between 2 people. Great. This gives more SP points. I think I'd rather have that on Lala, again, for the same reasons. Yeah, I think let's do that. What else do we have in here? We've got another level of support. 4 points of support is like so seldom ever going to happen because like you need to be fully surrounded to be able to pull all of those attacks. Like that probably doesn't matter that much. I don't mind putting it on the Gunpla pilot. Right, like he punches for a pretty good deal. And like this isn't a permanent commit either, so we could probably move this over to maybe never mind. I was saying we could move it over to the Raijino later if we find we need it, but you know what? The Atlas also punches for a lot. Hold on. Well, actually, I'm going to pause for a second. Nope, just stuffy. Okay. I was gonna say we could give him the support attack, but also he needs to like kind of be adjacent to use it at its best. So let's give it to him instead. Take away one of his levels of potential. Yeah, this works better. Go here and then give Kenta the potential instead. I think it's Kenta. Okay. That seems fine now. What other parts do we have here? We've got another magnetic coating. Is there anybody we are using that is not full on parts already? No. Oh, Karen's not. Okay, here. She doesn't have a way to, like, engage dodge anyway, so yeah, let's do that. Chop Ham Armor. That could definitely go in the right Gen O. Actually, both of these are going to. Perfect. That works wonders. Then... Oh, okay, it's going to be down here that we can put the parts on the small ones. What else do we have? We've got energy, and we've got terrain. Okay. I don't remember what their names are off the top of my head, so let's go look at those. All right, I want to see, I guess my first question was, do they have S on the places they're supposed to be? Like, this is S on the ground. This is already S in the air, okay. There's also S on the ground. Okay, okay. So they could take energy parts. That's probably not bad. Oh, never mind. That doesn't mean anything. They don't consume energy. Okay. Let's think. I'm gonna think away from the bike. Okay, so what if we put... I'm going to put beam coats on both of them. And then this is how we can use the energy to, like, actually keep them protected. Seeing as they are, like... They are supposed to be defensive units. It'll be... Like, the beam coat will be more likely to take effect. We also can increase crit. We can increase ammo. That doesn't matter here. We're not really using anybody that has ammo at this point. Almost all of our units that... Well, some of our units use ammo. It's just that the best versions of their attacks take energy. I guess we could figure out... We could figure out whoever has the, like, highest skill of all of our pilots, and that will probably be the person who is critting. That's 206, 204, 232. Okay. I guess, hold on, let's pause for a second and see if we can put those parts on the bat show. No, okay. That's, I think I like the parts where they are already for her, that's fine. I don't want to put them on the big row. We could see if we could put them on Sanders, that might not be bad. I think though that the Gym Sniper already has energy parts on it, so maybe not. Bright does have a pretty decent amount of skill, which does not surprise me. I guess we could try and make the battleship crit. It feels a little unnecessary. I think Lala. Okay, we'll check. Let's check Lala and the gym sniper. Sorry, the Elmeth and the gym sniper. I'm like calling things by two separate identities. No, I've gone past it. I can't read. Isn't it? Hold on. Where is it? Does it have less HP than I remember? No, there it is. Yeah, it does. Oh, it has exactly 4,000. Okay. No, it already has all the parts at once. I forgot that I gave it a lot of like movement parts. That makes sense to like actually benefit off of the hit in a way more. And then the Elmeth's here. Right, it has 2 of the energy parts. Okay, that's fine. The crit just seems always so suspect to me because it's like I'm contributing to something that isn't like necessarily actually guaranteed going to do anything, you know? Oh, we could put them on the Dom. Okay. Here, that's a pretty easy answer, right? Because the Dom only has 1 part on it right now. That's not the right spot. Yeah, okay, never mind. This is a good answer. And I guess technically the magazine matters because it does have bullets. I guess. Shrug. Okay, cool. That works. Emulation. A save. We can wrap back around there. Yep, that works. And what was the music in question now that you're not here? That's also Riker. Okay, great. Then let's go. Leave this menu, please. Thank you. I guess we'll jump. It doesn't matter what we jump into because we're not going to complete this mission. I just want to play this Riker music. And that will wrap things up. Shamily got through 1 scenario today. I was gonna say we need to like start pushing a little bit harder because I'm running out of title cards that I've made, and my template for the title cards just isn't there anymore. Oh, we also get the Venus, I guess. Yeah. Okay. My template for the title cards isn't there. Like I could probably remake it really quickly. I was just like, well, if I don't have to, if we only gonna have 20 of these streams, that would make things a little easier for us. But I guess we have to look at this scenario too, because we're probably not going to do it, seeing as this is the one that gives you... Well, okay, this doesn't give it to you. This eventually produces the result that is the Shin Great Mazinger. But I guess without this, we also don't get the Venus. Not that we were using it anyway, because technically it's dead. But I'm pretty sure we've got to fight the Majin Kaiser in it again. I think we do. Maybe I'm wrong. But they do give the Great Mazinger an upgrade to like kind of sort of match the Majin Kaiser. Also, I guess we might have to kill some stuff again because it's not canon. Doesn't matter. Just we kill them on the base. Evidently. It does also look like I forget that I can never remember which games have Nuke and Mucha. I do that every time. Literally every time I get their names backwards. Does it look like I understand what it's supposed to look like, but does it look like the Great Mazinger has like a 3 on its face instead of like the grill for its mouth? It always looked like Roman numerals to me. It's fine. This is whatever. Just get. This is like the longest and slowest way to do this. Fine. That's not on the base technically. It's on the front doorstep of the base. Their toes are in the front door, but that's not enough. Okay, so next actual story mission, that is where we do, speaking of Leisner, that's where we get the other Leisner, that's where we get the Leisner upgrades. And the Dragonars get upgraded to, I believe, their final form. But then the sub scenario from that mission is how we're going to get the Dragonars that we are actually going to get, the Dragonars that we actually get to use. Yeah, which are just Dragoons. They're like a generic version. Which I do want to try them. We'll probably sortie them at least once. I don't remember using them really at all. That's whatever we need. The Sasurager. Okay. Animation on to get the music, and let's take a listen. I'll even turn it up and stop talking over it. Here, that's probably good. This is pretty good. It's a pretty short loop, though. Yeah, no, that is a very good rendition, though. It like feels like it still keeps the tone of like the tone of the show, and like the theming around like old school, like it is very specifically like American and British music. Like there's clearly like very heavy Beatles influences happening here, if you could tell. And like the jazz section feels like in keeping with some of the ideology. I am just noticing though on my overlay. Oop, hold on. I am noticing how much on my overlay. Like, where's my mouse? Oh yeah, my mouse also can't go over it, right? Right, my mouse can be here, but because it is over top of this part of, I'm highlighting under Beach's head right now. It's over top of this part of my screen, so like I guess I could. Well, no, this picture doesn't exist, so I can't do display capture. Because if I like here, if I moved this up, yeah, if I did display capture, then it takes the overlay away. So I can't highlight over the overlay, but like the blue line like down here, just sort of bleeds together. So like I definitely need to get like a border going along there somehow. Maybe I'll do like I'll get like one of these green stripes and move it. Yeah, that might work. Okay, well, that was. Thank you for sticking around for the end of that. That was kind of uneventful. But I'm just glad that I don't need to cancel stream for the rest of the month. Oh man, that was so spooky. Well, I appreciate you all sticking it out for these cursed Mondays. You can expect the next thing for me to be a little bit more organized in the form of an alpha release. Though that said, that one is also kind of chaotic. I've got to I got to do some like actual editing on it because of a little bit in the middle, but that should be enjoyable. We're digging pretty heavily now into some of the like forecasted and promised plot, which I'm happy about. Then on Thursday we have more W, and I'm off this Friday, so you can expect some more alpha in my stead, so that you're not without my voice for a day. And then Sunday again, we'll be back to W also. I just finished up all of the Tekkaman Blade episodes for this book club. We didn't really get to talk about them very much because we also just weren't here very much today, unfortunately. Hopefully we'll get some more time on Thursday to talk about them. We're also getting a little bit more into the plot, but I'm also sort of seeing how the show is working, and I have some thoughts. But if you'd like to watch along with us, it's episodes 7 through 12. Though, you can skip episode 11. Episode 11 is just a recap episode before we get to, like, the new big plot reveal for the end for episode 12. Probably the end of the season. So it's kind of only 5 episodes this week. But watch as little or as much as you'd like, or if you have thoughts from previous watches, you're free to comment those too. But toss them beneath any video that you'd like, and I will happily chime in if you would like my thoughts. Actually, to that point, please do consider, I write pretty copious notes about my time watching the shows. We just like don't get time to talk about them because they're like pretty granular or detailed. Is anyone interested in reading those? Like, would people like to see those? I probably won't doctor them up very much. Like, I don't need to add extra work, but I'm going to take notes just to like organize my thoughts anyway. That feels like the sort of thing that most people tie behind a Patreon. I suppose weirdly, if you all are like, yes, we would like to pay for them instead of getting them for free, I could do that. That just feels weird to me, though. But if people are interested in seeing them, let me know. I can like try and make them available somewhere. And then I guess like where is the easiest for you to find them? It doesn't matter to me. Like I could put them in a post for the week. Like we could put them in the post for the week, or I could have them over on Patreon as like. I was trying to use that more for like the non-video archive side of things, you know. But it's up to you. It's up to you. Let me know. If you're also just not interested in that is perfectly acceptable. But that will wrap things up for me. Again, apologies for a shorter amount of time in the weirdness, but sometimes that is how it goes. So then, I will bid you all farewell. Enjoy the rest of your nights. And I will hopefully catch you on Thursday. Good night.